Hello, and welcome to my channel here on YouTube. Love and Guiding Light. I am Keisha, the host of this channel, and I am here to bring you all a message collectively for everyone that is on this spiritually awakened journey. All zodiacs, all souls that are awakened. Awakened meaning consciously aware, pretty much of what is transpiring in the world around us. Most of you who are drawn to this channel are aware that we are being awakened. Some of us have been awakened longer than others. Some have been on this journey for quite some time. Everything happens kind of gradually, because to be awakened all at once and to receive information all at once could be catastrophe to the human soul. For the things that have been done to us and the things that we have been lied to over the course of our lifetime, not just ours, but as well as our parents and their parents before us. Anywho, as you can see, I have been rehospitalized. I felt compelled to come on here to channel messages that I've received from God, Creator, Universe, Ancestor. You know, we all have a different term, endearment that we title our Creator with. Mine's just this Creator, because, that is covering pretty much the scope of everything. He has created everything on this plane, on this earth. I'm currently being subjected to a clear liquid diet because I am having some digestive issues, obstructions and so forth, obstructions in my intestines. What I feel compelled to tell you, I have been researching this for some time now, the industry, the food industry, and so forth. I am a Gemini sun sign. One of our known traits for most Geminis is to have digestive issues, sensitivities, and so forth. I myself have had quite a bit of sensitivities most of my life with my digestive tract. Unbeknownst to me, I wasn't aware of all of them. So, I was ward of the state most of my life, meaning that I did not live with my mother. I was in the care of my grandmother for a great many years, but prior to being with her, I was in foster system. I was in the foster system. I was in the children home. And I don't know if any of you that may have experienced this as well, when you're in that type of establishment or surroundings, the care that you receive is not that superb or adequate. So I possibly had lots of sensitivities and allergies to many things, but it went unnoticed because I wasn't getting the adequate care from the beginning. So I grew up eating a lot of things that more than likely I should have been avoiding because I was having reactions to them. In my adult years, I have gotten disciplined with my diet, and I abstained from meat products, and mostly a lot of heavily, stuff that is produced within a manufacturer. I try to adhere closely to plant diet as I can. I was doing a plant diet that you could go into the freezer, the ones that were produced and so forth. Again, that was convenience, and those things and things that are within that stuff is not healthy for us. There's a lot of things within produced items that just are not healthy for the body, and this is a holy temple, and our body starts to reject these things. And when they start doing that, it's because it is giving you warning that something is not good for you within that particular product. You know, when your body starts to take on an ailment, or you start feeling unwell, or you start having situations arise from something that you've eaten, that is your way, that's the body's way of communicating with you that this is a no, 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 no. It doesn't like it. It doesn't want to have it within the system. We have to, as humans, begin to take heed to those warnings, because these things are taking a toll on our body, and it's detriment to our health, not only our health, but to our spiritual development. We have to be cautious of everything we put in our body, not just what we eat, but as well as what we put on our body as well. Lotions and shampoos and soap, all of these things, we really have to be mindful of what we are using, because there are a lot of carcinogens in these items. So it's very important to read the back of the labels to understand the breakdown of what is in these products, because they are really detriment to our health. Okay. Well, I've been laying here for the last several days. This is my second time being hospitalized in 2 weeks for obstruction in my bowels. I have said this 100 times to my loved ones. My body is rejecting pretty much anything with artificial crap in it. Let's put it that way. Not to mention, there's a lot of things on the market that we are eating that are being sold to us as being consumable, like we're able to eat it. However, you would be very surprised to find out, such as rice. A lot of the rice that's out here on the market is plastic. Our body cannot digest plastic, which is what happens. We're eating these things and it's causing blockages, because yes, common sense would say the body is not equipped to digest plastic. It is not a substance that is meant for the body. You'd be surprised how they are able to even fake and make vegetables like cabbage, and it's made out of plastic. So you really have to be mindful of what you're eating. You want to be sure what you're buying. This whole situation has really got me compelled to starting to find a local garden, like perhaps a farmer that is local here in Georgia that produces plants that I can see with my naked eye coming out of the earth, that I can purchase to eat, because it is scary to have to be hospitalized for blockages in the intestines. They put a whole NG tube down your nose. The NG tube goes down your nose all the way down into your stomach. This is how they remove the blockages. Inserting the NG tube down your nose into your stomach to depressurize your stomach. And in that process, they're hoping that when the depressurizing happens, it will remove the obstruction. In my case, in both situations, it has worked. Okay, there was no surgery necessary, but it scares the hell out of me, because when I got discharged from my last little bout, which was last week, I quickly just started eating soft foods. I was trying to just eat, pretty much soft diet. I was still doing the soup, noodles, stuff like that, soft stuff that would be easy to digest. I haven't eaten meat in 5 years. I have been sustaining from meat just because I wanted the benefits of my health to improve, because I was diagnosed with lupus many years ago, and my sustaining from meat has really and truly improved my health overall. So I don't miss meat. I do still occasionally have fish, salmon, seafood, shrimp, crab legs, things like that. But I do that even, um, you know, periodically. I don't do it all the time, mostly just soft stuff, whatever. So what I'm getting from this hospital stay is that we have to be consciously aware of what we're eating. Whether you want to believe it or not, the food industry is producing a lot of things that we are consuming that is not healthy for us. Our bodies start to reject it, and it is fighting off foreign subjects. So when you start getting diagnosed with immunity problems, what that is saying, what your body is saying, is that you are intaking something within your system that your body doesn't recognize. And then it starts to attack, to try to destroy whatever it is that you are, consuming. And then it starts to also perhaps starts to attack your organs and stuff like that, because it's working so hard trying to get rid of this evasion that has been put in the body. So God is saying to me that I have to be more consciously aware of what I'm eating, really, really adhering to reading the labels, finding, like I said, a local farmer who perhaps grows their own produce and buying directly from them, because the markets now, we don't know where none of this stuff is coming in from. Some of this stuff is coming in from overseas. And when I say, if you don't believe me, you can look it up for yourself. You can go and do research here on YouTube and watch how they're able to make cabbage out of plastic, how a lot of the rice is plastic, and they show you how to determine if the rice that you have within your cabinets are plastic. They show you how to do a little test or whatever. We as a whole have got to do better as far as what it is that we're putting in this temple. This temple is very sensitive. God created it. It is a very intricate tool. This, what I call this is our, oh Lord, it slipped my mind, our avatar. This body is our avatar. It is a tool to help our souls while we're here on earth, and we have to do whatever is necessary to keep it functioning at the ultimate pace and scale in which it was created to. We have been lied to most of our life as far as the food diagram. That diagram, they tell us, oh, eat more grain, and then it goes down to, whatever. It's upside down. Actually, we should abstain from eating a lot of breads and pastas. And me personally, from my experience, meat. The reason meat is one of the items that I abstain from is because they too have a soul. They too have a purpose on this earth. And once I realized, and seeing how they are kept and the things that happen to them in order to become our food, like the torture that they go through, because they are a soul, they as well carry energy. And to be kept in inhumane environments, like all squished together and treated so inhumanely, and then they are slaughtered to become our food, the torture, that is captured, like that is captured within their soul. And so the human being sits back and eats that, and then they start having all these different emotional things happen within themselves, transpiring, and they don't have no understanding as to why. Well, you just consumed a chicken that was tortured. It was bred in order to be able to feed you. Then it is pumped with all kind of antibiotics and all of that in order to get it to grow bigger. And then it is then, kept that way, unable to really maneuver or get around because of the extra weight from all of the chemicals and the um, antibiotics is being pumped into it to give you the fatter chicken in which they are serving the American people. And then it is slaughtered. Okay, it's slaughtered. So just imagine that. I mean, maybe you don't believe that animals have fear, but there are so many videos that show um, that animals are consciously aware of how they're being treated and so forth. You got to do is Google it. And so then they're slaughtered. And so then that is entrapped in their energy and their memory. We don't die. We reincarnate and all these different things. So then the human body or the human person turns around and eats this, and they don't understand why they're having all these psychic attacks and physical things happening to them. It's because you have now consumed that meat that held that energy of fear and trauma, and now you have that within yourself because you have consumed it. Anyway, I just feel compelled to share that with you. We have to be mindful. I know it's not easy to come off of meat for a lot of people, but you can do anything you set your mind to. Think about this. Some of the largest animals on this earth, apes, elephants, and so forth. These are some of the largest animals that you can see. They are plant-based animals. They eat grass and whatever. They don't eat flesh and other beings, okay? So they are getting big and getting their protein from plants. It's possible to get protein from plants. Do not let what you've been taught fool you. I highly encourage you all to really do your research as far as the foods you are eating and what you are putting in your body, and make a conscious decision to get serious about what it is that you're eating, and know where it's coming from. I have to now start really digging into now rices and stuff, because this time, it was nuts, by the way. I believe it was the smokehouse almond nuts that I ate that had got me in this current situation that blocked me and caused this blockage. So what I'll be doing now is abstaining from eating whole nuts. I will be still using nuts in some of my dishes that I make, like for the pasta and stuff that I make, like Alfredo and so forth. But I use a food processor to really grind them down, get those into a consistency that I can add liquids to it to make it into Alfredo sauce. So that is possibly the only way that I'll be able to consume nuts anyway for a while, because I just don't want to have another scare like this and be hospitalized for an extended stay. So I just encourage you all to do your research on what you're eating. Know what you're putting in your system. Trust and believe everything that's out here that they're selling to the American people is not good for us. And I just want you to be consciously aware of that so that you can make better decisions on what it is that you're eating. And perhaps, you too find you a local garden or a farmer within your area and start to buy their stuff, because the groceries get stuff in from all over the world and you just don't know what you're getting. And it's just better safe than sorry to start going back to the local farmers and getting produce that you know is being grown from the earth, versus going to the market and not knowing exactly where it comes from. Okay? Anyway, that's my message for you all today. I'm so sorry that I'm coming to you like this, but it was heavy on my heart because I feel like we really do have to do better in what we are eating, because it affects us emotionally and it affects us spiritually. A lot of the things in which is in our food is intentionally put there to calcify the pineal gland. The pineal gland is the way in which our Creator, God, universe, ancestors, how we're able to have that spiritual connection, that guidance given to us that comes through clearly is through the pineal gland. So the foods, things that's in our toothpaste, fluoride that they say is good for us, it absolutely is not. That is a lie. You can Google and do your own research on what fluoride does to you. It calcifies the pineal gland, and that is intentional because they don't want us to have that open communication with our Creator. And I'm going to pause for a second. Knock, knock. So they were so sweet. I had called in for some extra broth. As you know, like I said, I had an NG tube down my throat, so I couldn't eat anything at all since Thursday. No water, no nothing. So a sister is hungry, okay? So I was like, could you please, if I can, get 2 cups of the vegetable broth, because it's pretty tasty. And I'm really enjoying it. But back to what I was saying about the pineal gland. So the pineal gland is a little cone-shaped thing that's within our mind, our brain. And that is the way in which God, Creator, Universe, Source, our ancestors, we have a spiritual connection with those that have already passed on. We still have the ability to communicate with them through the spiritual realm, which is utilized through the pineal gland. And fluoride is certain things within the lotions, within the soaps, and as well as within the foods that are calcifying the pineal gland. And it keeps and blocks off your ability to get clarity in communicating with your Creator, God. We all have the ability to communicate with God. And all these things were implemented into our diets, into our regimen, as far as our hygiene care, purposely to cut off that communication. I am encouraging you to do your research. I would not lie to you. This is the truth. This is what God has given me the information. I was awakened over 6 years ago. And like I said, I have changed so much in my diet, so much in the surroundings, even in the cleaning products. The cleaning products in which we use in our home, they are very impactful to us as well. So I encourage you to do your research on all the products that you use, especially products that you are putting on your body, because your body, your skin is the largest organ on your body, and anything and everything that you put on it is affecting you, especially on a spiritual level, far more than you know. It will blow your mind. I have changed and added filters to my shower, because the chemicals that come in off the water, like the chlorine, the forever chemical, fluoride, all those things are absorbed in our skin, even more so than it is when you drink the tap water. I don't drink tap water. I have a clear filter jug that I bought, and I bought this jug specifically because it clears out the forever chemical. That forever chemical is pretty much in everybody's water, and it's in your system. It's probably still in my system as well, because it does not break down in your body. There's no way to rid your body of the forever chemical naturally. You can do your research on that as well. So I'm encouraging you to change out your filters, get you water filters for your shower, for your sink, as well as get you a good filter pitcher if you do not own your own home and you can't put your own filtration system in your home. You can get a pitcher. I will actually add a link to the picture that I have into this video for you, so you're able to find that picture and do your research on it. I pray that this encourages you to really look into what I'm speaking on, and also encourages you to do and make these necessary changes in your household, not just for yourself, but for your loved ones as well, especially if you're a mother and you have children. It's very pertinent for you to make these changes for their well-being. And I am going to end this video so I can enjoy this nice big bowl of vegetable broth. And until next time, toodles. If you feel led to do so, please share the video and also like the video. It will help me to grow in the maybe be able to get circulated in the algorithm to connect with others, more of my brothers and sisters that's on this spiritual awakening journey. If you could do that, I would greatly appreciate it. And again, until next time, smooches. Have a great and wonderful Sunday afternoon. Toodles.